Okay. Hi. Yes. ఏం కావాలమ్మా అయ్యానికి ఏం కావాలి కావాలి ఇది వచ్చిందా ఇది వచ్చేసింది కళ్ళు అంటుకుంటున్నాయి అయ్యానికి అంటుకుంటున్నాయా అమ్మ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి మొహం కలుగుతుంది గో మై డియర్ Now I think everybody got admitted. I will not be talking till everybody gets admitted. So I'm waiting for public to join. Okay, sir. Today we try to name some hydrocarbons. Before we name, we have the rules like whenever you are getting CH3, it is methyl. Mind you, this methyl group never comes in terminus. For example, if you have a compound like this, you can't have methyl group in the terminus. Even if you write a methyl group, it will be a part of main chain and it is included in main chain, it becomes pentane. You can't put methyl, ethyl, propyl in the end. See, this is the end of a chain or this is the beginning of a chain. Here you can't put a ethyl group. If you put a ethyl group, you don't say it as ethyl because it became a part of main chain. Now, if you write ethyl like this, you will expand. 1, 2, 3. Here you have kept 2 carbons, no? So this is the ethyl group. Now, once you put ethyl group in the terminus, it become a main part of a main group and it become hexane. Hex because 6 carbons, on because single bonds, E because hydrocarbon. Notice, if you put C2H5 in one end, you are not going to call it as 1-ethyl butane. No. Whether it is a methyl or a ethyl or a propyl, it will never come in any one end. Methyl group will never come in the end. Ethyl group will never come in the end or in second position. Propyl group will never come in one end or second or third position. That should be borne in mind very clearly. Are we making sense, sir? Sir, you have a carbon chain like this. You can put a methyl here, no problem. It is 2-methyl. Main chain has 3 carbons, so propane. Sir, if you have this, you can't put methyl in this position. If you put it is not methyl. It is a part of main chain. It is butane. You understand? No. Yes, sir. Therefore, knowing that CH3 is methyl, C2H5 is ethyl, C3H7 is propyl, let us try to work out the names. Let us find out what is the name of this compound. What is your name? Yeah. What is the name of this compound? This compound has 1, 2, 3 carbons. Because it has 3 carbons, it is prop. Because there are single bonds, it is AN. Because it is a hydrocarbon, ends with E, propane. This propane has a ring. Anything that has a ring must have a prefix cyclo. So it is cyclopropane. What about this? It has 4 carbons as a ring. It is cyclobutane. If you look at here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 carbons in the ring, hence it is called cyclopentane. What could be the name of this compound, sir? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbons hexane, because it is a ring, cyclohexane. What is this compound, sir? There is only 3 carbons in a open chain, 3 carbons prop, single bonds on, hydrocarbon E. Now do you remember, if a compound has only 1 carbon, its root is meth. If it has 2 carbons, root is eth. If it has 3 carbons, root is prop. 4 carbons means bute. 5 carbons means pent. 6 carbons hex. 7 is hept. 8 is oct. 9 is non. 10 is a dec. If it has 11 carbons, you call it as undec. 12 carbons dodec. 15 carbons pentadec. So on. If it has 100 carbons, you should say cent. So on. Now look at this. This is a compound. What is its name? Let's find out. Look at, there are 1, 2, 3 carbons in a main ring. Because there are 3 carbons, it is prop. Because there are single bonds, it is An. It is a hydrocarbon, E, propane. In this propane, there is a cyclic structure, so I call it cyclopropane. In this cyclopropane, as you can see, carbon number 1 and 2 have CH3, CH3. If you are putting one line, it is methyl group. There are 2 methyl groups, so I call it as 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. Can you see it, sir? Hello? Can you see it really? What is the IUPAC name of this compound, sir? Please see the longest continuous chain. Count the carbons from one end to the other. You should count from one end to the other such that the substituent, if any, gets smallest number. So I am counting from this end. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second carbon has a methyl group. So it is having 4 carbons like bute. All are C single bonds on butane. To this butane, second carbon has methyl. 2-methyl butane. Very good. If you want me to write the structural formula, I will write like this. 2-methyl, it is a condensed formula. In 2-methyl butane, do I know that this is a primary carbon? A carbon that is locked to only one carbon is primary carbon. This is primary carbon. This is primary carbon. This is primary carbon. There are 3 primary carbons. This is a secondary carbon because it is locked to 2 carbons. And this is a tertiary carbon because this is locked to 3 carbons. Anyway, what is the name of this compound, sir? Obviously, I will be counting from this end to that end. It has 4 carbons, bute, ANE, butane. The second carbon has 2 methyls. So 2,2-dimethyl butane. Very good. 2,2-dimethyl butane. Very good. Now let us try to name this compound. This is looking strange. I don't know. This is looking strange. What is the name of this compound? Though here I have written CH3, it is written in terminus. So I will start counting from this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It became a part of main chain of 5 carbons, hence it is just pentane. What about this compound? This compound has a cyclic structure. I count like this. Because it has 4 carbons, it is bute. Because all are single bonds on butane, hydrocarbon. Because it is having a ring-like structure, it is cyclobutane. The cyclobutane has on the carbon number 1 a methyl group. Can I see that really? So it is obviously 1-methyl cyclobutane. Some of you have named it very correctly. Now let us look at this compound. This compound is having a ring-like structure. I will count from this end so that substituents get lowest possible number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. Because it has a ring and 5 carbons, I call it as cyclopentane. The cyclopentane has a methyl group on carbon number 1, another methyl group on carbon number 2. So it is 1,2-dimethyl cyclopentane. 1,2-dimethyl cyclopentane. Very good. Some students have named it correctly. I congratulate them. What is the name of this compound we have seen? It is having a ring with 3 carbons, so it is called cyclopropane. The cyclopropane has a methyl groups on carbon number 1 and 2, 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane. What about this? It is looking strange. I will write it again. It looks as if it has 2 rings. If it has 2 rings, I use a prefix bicyclo because it has 2 rings. Now I will count the number of carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it has 6 carbons, it is hexane. This bicyclohexane has a strange feature that this is called the bridge carbons. Within the bridge, outside there are 2 carbons, here there are 2 carbons, and within the bridge between these 2 carbons there are 0 carbons. So this side 2 carbons, this side 2 carbons, within the bridge 0 carbons. I call it as bicyclo-2,2,0-hexane. Let me try to name a compound like this. As you can see, obviously it has, let me write it again. Okay. Obviously it has 2 rings. So it is a bicyclo. Now how many carbons it has, we will count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8 carbons, so it is octane. Now this bicyclo compound, this is the bridge. To the bridge, one side there are 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. One side there are 2 carbons. Within the bridge, there are 0 carbons. So it is bicyclo 420 octane. Let us try to name another compound like this. What could be the name of this compound? Clearly, it has 2 rings. Can we see 2 rings in this set? 1, 2. Therefore, definitely it is bicyclo. We will count the carbons now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total how many carbons are? 9. So, none. Bicyclo. Now, let us say this is the bridge. Within the bridge, let us use some this color. Now, this is the bridge. To the bridge, one side there are 1, 2, 3 carbons. One side there are 2 carbons. Within the bridge also there are 2 carbons. So I call it as bicyclo 3, 2, 2, no name. So these are some bicyclo compounds. Let us take this case. What is the name of this compound? As I can see, clearly it has 1 ring. Always yes. So it has 4 carbons in a cycle. So it is cyclobutane. The cyclobutane has on first carbon 1 methyl group, on second carbon another methyl group. So 1, 2 dimethyl cyclobutane. Sir, what is the name of this compound? Yeah. Simple. You count from one end to the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it has 5 carbons, it is pent. Because there are CC single bonds on, because it is hydrocarbon A, pentane. The pentane has on the 3rd carbon, there is a methyl group. Can you name this compound, sir? You will be counting number of carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4. One end to the other end, such that the substituent gets lowest possible number. Longest continuous chain has 4 carbons, so butane 2-methyl butane. Can you name this compound? Yes. 2-methyl butane is what? Now what is the name of this compound? Simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is octane. In fact, you can write octane like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can write octane like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In any way, you can bend the structure. See, your name will remain same whether you are sitting, sleeping, lying, talking, or you are in toilet. So also octane remain octane whether you have made the chain open, whether you have made the chain zigzag, or whether you have made the chain bent like that. Fundamentally, one carbon is locked to the other in a continuous way. You can twist it and turn it. But you can't break it and attach the pieces in different places. No, you can't do that. So this is octane. What is the name of this compound? This compound, longest chain has 4 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is butane. This butane has on the second carbon a methyl group, third carbon a methyl group. 2,3-dimethyl butane. Simple, right? Let us try to name this compound. This compound has 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. So it is butane. The carbon number 2 has a methyl group. Carbon number 3 also has a methyl group. So 2,3-dimethyl butane. Notice whether a compound is like H or I, same name. Why? Because if you take H and if you turn it, you get I. So by turning a molecule, you can't get a different compound. Have you noticed that H and I both are obtained just by rotating? In English language, if you put it vertically up, you call it as H. If you just turn it down, you say it is I. But in chemistry, as long as sequence of carbons is same, whether you are rotating or not, molecule remains the same. What is the name of this compound? Continuous chain has 6 carbons, 6. Because single bonds in, the third carbon has a ethyl. Therefore, notice it is third carbon, it cannot be 2. 1, 2, 3. Third carbon has ethyl. So it is 3 ethyl. Yes. Yes, 3 ethyl hexane. What is the name of this compound? Simply propane. What is the name of this compound? Simply butane. And what is the name of this compound? Cyclobutane. What is the name of this compound? The longest continuous chain has 3 carbons of propane, 2,2-dimethyl propane. 2,2-dimethyl propane. Sir, what is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simply pentane. What is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4. Cyclobutane. 1 methyl. 1 methyl cyclobutane. What is this compound? 1,1-dimethyl. 2 times if it is coming means you should say di. 3 times methyl is coming means a tri. 4 times it is coming means tetra. 1,1-dimethyl cyclobutane. Sir, you have forgotten 2 things. It is like a ring, so you should say cyclo. It has 4 carbons, butane, cyclobutane. The first carbon has 2 methyls. 1,1-dimethyl cyclobutane. What is the name of this compound? 1-ethyl cyclobutane. What is the name of this? It is simply octane because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 octane. What is the name of this? One, two, three, four, butane. The butane on the third carbon has a ethyl. Sir, it is not second, sir, it is third, sir. Okay. What is the name of this compound? Simply butane. What is the name of this compound? And this is 2,2-dimethyl propane. Anyway, this compound is 2-methyl propane. If you try to write methyl in the terminus, it will be a part of main chain we already discussed. Now let us see two things. This compound is called methane. If I am replacing each hydrogen with a methyl group, I call it as tetramethyl methane. What is its IUPAC name? Tetramethyl methane is a common name, IUPAC name. If you want to have IUPAC name, expand the structure. 1-methyl, 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 one more methyl. Now you count from one end to the other end, longest chain. Prove. 2,2-dimethyl propane, very good. Can you name what is the IUPAC name of tetraethyl? Tetraethyl methane. Obviously, I will write the skeleton. 2 carbons, 1 ethyl, next ethyl, one more ethyl, one more ethyl. Tetraethyl I wrote, skeleton. Now I am counting from one end to the other end. The longest chain has 5 carbons, so pent A. This pentane on the third carbon has 1 ethyl and one more ethyl. So it is 3,3-diethyl pentane. I have written only skeleton. If you want, you can write full-fledged structure. CH3, CH2, CH3, CH2. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 primary carbons. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 secondary carbons and 1 neocarbon in this structure. What is the IUPAC name of this compound? What is the IUPAC name of this compound? Whenever they give compound like this, you have to write the expanded structure. This is your carbon number 1, carbon number 2. Carbon number 2 is having a bracket, means side chain, CH3. 2 times means 2 CH3s. Oh, sorry. Carbon number 1, CH3. Carbon number 2, it has a H and it has a CH3. Carbon number 3 has a C, 2 CH3s. Next carbon has 2 hydrogens. Next carbon has 3 hydrogens. So first you translate the given structure into structural formula. Then you count carbons from one end to the other end such that substituents get lowest. Please write the IUPAC name of this compound. Let me identify carbons in the main chain. Whichever is there in the small brackets, I will not bother. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. First carbon has 3 hydrogens, no issue. Second carbon has 1 hydrogen in small bracket methyl, okay. Third carbon has 2 methyls. Fourth carbon has 2 hydrogens. Fifth carbon has 1. Now this is the structure they give. In order to name the compound, I count the longest continuous carbon chain as parent chain. So it is pent. N. The pentane has on the second carbon 1 methyl group, on the third carbon 2 methyl groups. 2, 3, 3 trimethyl pentane. Yes. Now, interestingly, all of you will commit a mistake. Come on. Nobody will write the name correctly. Try to name this compound. What is the name of this compound? The drain? I don't know. Yes, sir. When you are given a compound like this, you try to write the extended skeleton structure. In second position, ethyl cannot come. Therefore, you write like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On second carbon ethyl, on this carbon ethyl. If you write like this, you see which is the longest continuous chain. If you count like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. But if you count like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you will take this as a longest continuous chain, parent chain. You count the carbons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Therefore, it is heptane. This heptane has on the third carbon 1 methyl group and on the fifth carbon another methyl group. So 3,5 dimethyl heptane is its alpine. So you will understand that ethyl group cannot be written on the second position. If you write it on the second position, it is not ethyl. It become a part of main chain. Are we very clear? So far we have looked at simple hydrocarbons. Now what happens is the compounds can have sometimes functional groups. A double bond or a triple bond or an atom or a group of atoms that can cause characteristic properties to organic molecule is called functional group. The functional groups have priority. The priority is if a compound has COOH functional group, it is called carboxylic acid, and carboxylic acid name ends with oic acid and it has highest priority. Then you can have something like COR. They are called acid derivatives. About them we study later on. They have second priority. We are not going to look at acid derivatives at this point of time. Mainly acids. Then you have something like CN. No need to rejoin. We will be learning. I will be making one YouTube video today or tomorrow on IUPAC nomenclature. Now I am giving you practice. Please open your NCERT book. Try to learn them. Now there are so many functional groups. The functional groups can be carboxylic acids. They can be cyanide functional group known as nitrile. There can be isocyanide or isonitrile. There can also be a functional group like first priority is for carboxylic acid. Then you can have acid derivatives about which we don't learn. Then you have priority is cyanide group. Then you have aldehyde. Compounds which have CHO group are called aldehydes. And the name of aldehyde will end with al. Name of compound having COOH ends with